Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Machitana Bungwana, welcome to it, Game Time Podcast. You know, we are bringing it to you live from a Vegas club in the 2nd Avenue. So, Ngasabi, come through to 2nd Avenue and enjoy yourself at Vegas Club. That's where we are at. And it's fun here, I can tell you that much. So, don't miss out. And our guest today, Itumeleng Duiker. If you're from Bloem, you know, there's no player that can play for Bloemfontein Celtic and you don't know them. Grootman, welcome to Game Time Podcast. I'm so excited to have you here.
Nolena Kyalebwa, guys, for inviting me here today.
Let me tell you this. You are one of the guys I've always wished to know about. And when we had our conversation with the team and we were like, no, we must call Grootman. He must be one of the first people that we call on the podcast to chat to him. And just to give people background about Itumeleng Duiker, where were you born, the upbringing, and the journey to find yourself in the football fraternity as a whole?
Okay, nakalebitso ke Itumeleng Duiker. Ke tswaletswe ko Winbeke, Makeleketla. And then I started my football journey ka 2002. I remember Bloemfontein Celtic in NZ trials ko Schoeman Park, but nanik satla mo Bloemfontein Celtics trials nakitle go to join Bloemfontein Tigers to train with them. And then when I arrived here in Bloemfontein, then I only found out that Bloemfontein Tigers, they already left for pre-season to Durban. And then mene ke fitletse teng ke ne ke fitletse ko ha ragadi wa ka o dula ko phase 2. And then ke ena motho a mpollelang gore man Bloemfontein Celtics e entse di trials ko Schoeman Park, so go ngolo o yete mo Schoeman Park o lo try like ya Gauteng. Then that's when I started to take my things and then ka tsamaya ka ko Schoeman Park.
Okay, before we chat about Schoeman Park, Young Tigers ke bona ba ne ba o founetse o le teng o no lo le ka lehlohonolo fela?
Yeah, I get it. What's about amateur football? I was playing for amateur football in Makeleketla, the team called Lazio, actually. And then I once went to Velcom Stars in Velcom. And I remember my story. That's how it started. Kidutsile, one of my friends, amateur football mo Makeleketla. Then I started to tell them and saying, Naka 2002. I'll be a professional football player. Then they thought, this guy is joking. Because and then I was still very disciplined even when I was still an amateur. Then then they think, this one is just a joke. But then the numbers of Bloemfontein Tigers more newspapering.
Sure.
I'm the one who called them and ke kope opportunity mo go bona. And then bang invite ba re ka hore ba tlotsa ma ba Durban. Then now santse ke tle ke to jima le bona pele mona before they can select the team to tsamaya mo Durban. But unfortunately more life we from different families or different backgrounds, so let me put it that way. And then beke sokola chelete hore ke palame ke tle mo Bloemfontein. And then unfortunately like fumana chelete, then why it's a lot of difficulty mo Bloemfontein. That's when I found out of Bloemfontein Tigers, they already left.
And then you make your way to Schoeman Park.
Then
How
I
is
make
Schoeman
my way
Park?
to
What
Schoeman
happens?
Then I give it a mo Schoeman Park. It was packed, my brother. It was packed. I think it was about 20 to 25,000 players that who are looking for Mosebetsi actually. Yeah.
Ke selemo se feng seo?
Ka 2002.
2002. The Kitseo di trial, they happen, and then what happens thereafter?
Then Kitseo di trial, then I remember I get fitla mo the trial. And before I left home, actually, we from different families that we use in different cultures and all that. So I remember go tlung hono itse ke pote go ntate mamang ila bona. Then that and that day, okay, it's fine. He gave me things to use. I remember they took, I think, 3 weeks because of no longata. And then ha ba ntse ba khatha nna ntse ke tswela pele ba ntse ba selector o kila bona. Then the following day ntse ke use ntse na ntse ke ya, then ba ntse ba selector. But motlane ba siya only 18 players. Then ka ban dropper. Then ha ban dropper And then I was crying because of even all the players that I was playing against. And let the team neke bapala ka mo ho yona ne re bitsana manja, mostly le guys from Velcom, I remember very well. And then the story Samo Bible how to ntate modimo kana go ngota utisetsa just a stranger, somebody sa mo tsebeng. There was this guy. Unfortunately, this guy, he was working on a Celtic Simonana as a kit manager. And then this gentleman has been watching these games since from first week until the last day.
Yeah.
Then this guy cannot fitare young men. These people were in the mistake and I think can I lay some contact. But first, let me go and speak to David Modise and Benjamin Reed. Or maybe about another chance because of 18 never in Kilenyo. Hasore ba kretile kayon. Banza ba to cut.
Yeah.
Then Ababisa Ntatono Tiken Tate Tashambi, Liana Nele kit manager mo Bloemfontein Celtic. And then Fitla Tashambog. These people by the mistake come fanona naman. Kuparomo kopele chance ba money again because of this 18 year Sani to Papala game. Then they'll be making a final selection.
Yeah.
Then that's how my journey started. Then then because of Kinekela and I was so emotional, then I get fitla mo maharakhaduaka mo phase 2. Kemoblela orna ke tsamaile jwang. And then the first thing I feel like I fitla ka yetsa ke fitla mo. Kile ka nka dilo tsena na ka fitla ka di flasher, then I fetsa di flasher, then the following day ka Sunday, then ka hlapa. Then I just prayed that Taruna Mahodimong. Then I went to Schoeman Park. Then I remember when Kifita mo Schoeman Park, okay, it was Benjamin Reed, David Modise, and then they were like some of the players Monabar Rona Harkara Harsweza Mosebitz or Naibile. Yes, hey, Kimalibizola how? Then from there, Hopola, then Kebablela Kenai Itumeleng Duiker. Then they started with me, most study lineup. Then I remember I played only 30 minutes. And then they were like to me, young man, we are sorry. Actually, this is the person that we were looking for. That's how my journey started.
From there, the trial, you are the person they are looking for. Where to?
Then from there, I thought I'm in.
Yeah.
But I was not in. Then Bafita Barenka, Bar selector, Balorebea, somewhere more Plotong, I think next to Aljos. Neredula more next to Aljos. And it was a very difficult journey. Because of sometimes Nerenalo Shokabo Dijo and all these things. Sometimes Nereamo Grachinyo engine Grachimono. Neretusagi Batwasebezamo Grachinya engine Grachi sometimes to buy us food or to give us food. It was not easy. Then I remember Giduti 2002, 2003, Nzegelemo Reserve Team Yabona, 2004 and 5, 2006, and then there was this gentleman that was coaching Bloemfontein Celtics, Paul Doleza. I remember Paul Doleza when he arrived at Bloemfontein Celtics, he was like, Naridi curtain raisers go Honamomo Free State Stadium, Celtics Papal against Bushbucks. Then Nabare, hey, I want this young man to come and train with the first team. Even the likes of Tony Dino Breaker, Benjamin Reed, when they were coaching Bloemfontein Celtics, they used to talk about me and saying, Rabata Motakona to Jimaga, preseason in the first team. But it couldn't happen.
Yeah.
It couldn't happen because of, but whenever in Chachimo Corona, they always say that he's still young, he's still young, he's still young. Yo, my brother, I think now it was like almost 25.
Yes. So Paul Doleza calls you, he makes you part of the first team.
Then when Paul Doleza calls me to come and train with the first team, I remember Motono Rokosha, David Modise, he entered inside the dressing room. Then he was like, some of you, I'm going to speak to the boss. I don't think Lilo Jimale first team because of you guys play nonsense. Okay, but Hante Giduzi, I remember that preseason Giduzi go to win back, and then I've heard more radio or the likes of Matlazi, Grant Smith, Chilo, Papromutu Jimale first team, Maranaki Jimale first team.
Hey, Banna. Then what happens? Until we get to where you now get your opportunity to play. Yeah.
And then there was a coach, I think everyone knows him, Molifinzeki and Morena Mrebedu. Even today, I always thank those two gentlemen because Anteke Bapala mo Bloemfontein Celtics reserve team, Narabapala go Vodacom League. And then they used to monitor me, watch me there playing there. And ho la etsala hore Ntate Jabu Khumalo ene le party ya Free State Stars ana le team Muthi African Warriors. Then team ene be create promotion mo first division. Then I remember Coach Morena, Coach Mulifinzeki, they called me, they talked to me and saying Rokopolo bua le Jimmy ba o release ba o alawe because of ke mo ha ba o promote mo first team ya bona and all this thing so that o tlo ro join ko African Warriors. That's how my journey started. Yeah, professionally.
You
At
go
2006.
2006.
It was from 2002 until 2006.
Yes. No le patient. No rata o fitlela da diskimos.
Mamello abuti wa ka. That's one thing that I'm always when I sit in front of young boys or youngsters these days because of pelo ya ka mamello wa ka. I knew it what I want from life. I ya sekolong, I study. Then I knew it already come out classing. I was that person that we itulelang ka morao mo le mo sitting. But I knew it that can get talent and that which is football and music, even if a lot of people they don't know about that.
Music, music here. But you go to African Warriors.
Yes.
How fit are dinsa?
Then I give it a more African Warriors. I remember, I think for the past 2 weeks, they were still assessing players. Nerana likes of Bo Ace Gula, Bo Abramoyanteo. I remember Patrick Umbutu, he arrives there.
The Patrick Umbutu?
Yes. I remember Leno La Fichamol Atlo Jima Temono. That's how my journey started. Then I've signed a contract with African Warriors, but I couldn't finish up my contract with African Warriors. Unfortunately, in January, they had to terminate my contract. But because of more development in Celtics, there was this guy, Toge Keniki Chimba. He used to relay and the trial center team is a professional reserve team in Celtics. So I once go and trial at Dynamos in a coach like Coach Sakala. And then unfortunately African Warriors then Dynamos, so they were already interested more. Then from African Warriors, then I stayed for 6 months. Then from there, Dynamos.
At African Warriors, never that was your first professional contract. How fit out be happen?
Hi, my brother. There was this Ntate, the late Ntate Jabu Khumalo. I was earning 5,000. I don't want to lie to you. 5,000.
5K.
5K.
Bonus,
there was no bonuses.
So 12.5 stay na like ifella.
It was 5,000 in Efella.
Then you go to Dynamos. How fit are dinsanko Dynamos take anyolo akapense dutilalo.
Then again when I arrived to Dynamos, then I signed Ale Dynamoso. I was under Jasmine Mohlakwani, Kenenele manager waka. And then still I give it a more Dynamoso. They were complaining about financial because of I remember they've sold their status actually. And then they were Balemamo first division Libona. So bona at least Tiana Banamampa 12,000.
Yeah.
Kilabona.
Boga 12 Stena, and then you play at Dynamos, and then what happens at Dynamos?
Then I play at Dynamos. It was 2006, 7, 8. And then from there, 2009, I joined Golden Arrows.
Yes, hona le mo ke batlang go ya man. Time ke batlang lo bua ka yona ene tume ka gore ba kotsi ka ntho tsena tse mona. But ratla ke go wena o qadile le ntate. So ke a tseba mo ha o no tshaba o bua gore mo. You go to Golden Arrows. Ha o fita Golden Arrows ke a tshepa go Golden Arrows ke a gola ke a ikhopoka.
No, Golden Arrows Hamaniti because of I was managed by a good guy, and then yes, at Golden Arrows, yes, Banebampa something better at least.
What was that something better? No, so 50 at least.
No, I was Neketamaga 40.
No, Tamaga 40. Wafita Golden Arrows, you play there career-wise. How is it going?
That's where I enjoy my football career. Unfortunately, Kileka Kreya injury at training, Kerawaki Siandazwani. Then the physios team, they were just rubbing me actually without taking me more Silongilo skenua or babone or the problem injury ona isiraso holokai.
Yeah.
Then I remember Maisa Merindopo. Then Merindopo, he used to say that I don't want to play for him because of every time we're training, get a trainer, just 10 minutes from there, I'm out. Then Batisa coach Mushini Artugrau. Then Abatisa Mushini Artugrau, Kiena na fitla babosare. This guy only 3 months, another problem injury. Lona timile. Then that's when they started to take me for scan. Then I give fitla more scan, and then what? There's a healing crack. So it means kineke robeile, but kese awe. And then that was the end. Takale Golden Arrows because of Mushini that time when abatla somebody atabapala. No, in that position. Then he brought Clifford Mngomeni. Yeah.
And then he let you go.
He let me go.
Hey man, when he lets you go at that time, your agency, what was its involvement more?
Akalo mosebetsi wa agent nesoba involved in the club level. Because of that situation, ke dutse ka yona mono with the club, but unfortunately yena ulare I motona na hatlo ba teng mo diplaneng tsaka. But one thing that nka ka mo lebang kana go rulang helper so that ka fola a qala go trainer le the team. Then unfortunately abare na ha ke mo diplaneng tsa he would like to bring somebody more positioning yaka. Then Kati sa Clifford Mngomeni, then Black Leopards, they were interested more now.
Now you go to Black Leopards. How was it like? Because Black Leopards need to make a kamu tianze kitla ke holo no to timeo kanete ba dilo.
Yeah. No, Black Leopards is one of the teams that from top the owner thing. I remember Reba Palale, Ajax Cape Town, and then now mandate to help the team to survive relegation. And then yes, at Black Leopards, watsoswa 3 a.m. le ahlapa. 3 a.m. le ahlapa. Now we didn't even tell you because of someone no wanna dilo tse karang body spider whatever moment.
So hale question
you cannot question. When I do la monana time I will my boy, do you think I'm a Father Christmas? So I remember there was a moment Ardala Leona IXM. Then after Premier Shmilia Rona, then we thought era stadium. Then after that, basically a driver. Ashu kanako sanzere ko stadium gona re go thabeng.
Dilontana.
Are fitla mo thabeng mole, then di pizza ke tsena di beue
pizza
pizza tse dintsho di a boila o tsentswe something muthi ka hara tsona. Then everyone watla o apeswa ka kobo, then o kena mono o tloa mono ho ya player tse ding dia mono ho thujwa mahe, then they santse ba o tshasa ka mahe ao mo tlasa maoto. But I remember there was this two gentlemen, Diane Mabunda, who was at Mamelodi Sundowns with Raymond Monaka. Actually, ke bona bana ba refisa ho bapala. And then he make sure that o bolela team manager, if this boys ba sa etseng tshwana ba ntshe mo team ba ska ba bapala.
La itlotsa ka mahe.
Ra itshasa ka mahe, after fetsa itshasa ka mahe. Then I don't know what was that, but ke remember ka re ke metso ya difate like e pheuwe le yona. Then ba fitla ba tloeng ka ba etlama mo rona theke mona ka re dithapo. Then we went play against Ajax mo Peter Mokaba Stadium. Then we beat Ajax 4-1, I think so, 4-1. Then Black Leopards, that's how it survived relegation. Yeah.
So hali didn't like kilna ba lisa da.
Ngwaneso wa tshoa. Na remember ke motho wa kreke ke bone matlanta te modimo from when I was still a development career. Yes, so ke bone matlanta te modimo mono. So everywhere mene ke tsama teng ke tsama kreke. So but because of mana the instructions tsa mo mosebetsing, the rules tsa mo mosebetsing, or you can't use this, you can't play. So you'll have to just do it.
But was the money worth it?
No, at Black Leopards, I think Nagila Kanka Babala Kata salary because of they couldn't pay what I was earning at Golden Arrows. But Lena Kinkilewaloka, it was sort of like a rehabilitation naga because of Kinekebata fell or create momentum because of ke ne ke ba file 6 months okay la bona, but intentions tsa ka le batla go ipona ke khutlela back me ke belongang teng, but I went there to help the team with the great attitude. Then a ke fitla mo le ke ile ka etsa mosebetsi wa ka, then team ya survive relegation. Then from there, then I got a call from my agent, Jasmine Umbrella of Bloemfontein Celtic. They are interested in me.
At that time, who was in ownership of Bloemfontein Celtic?
It was Jimmy Augusto.
It was Jimmy.
Yes.
And then you move from Black Leopards to Bloemfontein Celtic.
Yes.
How was that transition?
Yo.
Transition,
I think, let me put it this way, because of more Black Leopards. When I signed with Black Leopards, Diliaka into through the phone, and then through the phone, Black Leopards in the then they were telling just menore no nante kinale contract telebona, and that's when I started to question my agent and saying, didn't you have a copy of my contract? Then when I start to engage with Black Leopards management, then Brajese Kang Kwatela, Yaba Hasa Bualenna, and then Hasa Builenna, then because of I did not even want to face the management of Bloemfontein Celtics, then I had a friend, agent Delena Muki Paiva in Cape Town. Then Kakopa Muki atlong representer at Bloemfontein Celtics. And then Muki was the one that was in charge with the deal at Bloemfontein Celtics. But along the way, that deal I felt always like Bloemfontein Celtics. I've played, I think, one game. Then Hagikreya let Heidi Simons from Brajese, Arakia Mokolota.
How much money did he say you owed him, and how did that go?
I didn't even read that. Then Ribuaka phone Lena, Otlamono Kaopola, he received that letter from Kumbulani, Ampela Rona Buale just mene, Lena Lamphone Arakia Mokolota. But from there, because of Nekiseki Mungilo Kantatuaka, Nerseros na contract Lena Mare, because of Kiana Motala and Tusise Mokarinyaga football. So Neseke Seveta Lena Hoyapele. Brajes, yeah.
So Udropile Motautuseng Hoya, Bloemfontein Celtic, back to Jazz.
No, ke dropile Brajes. Mutolo, he just went there to negotiate, not to say Tusitseng.
Okay.
I just went there to negotiate. This is what I want. Represent Damole because I don't want to face the management of Bloemfontein Celtics because of Motene Sebeta Liena. He's angry, he's upset. Mohonna, Hakemo Ampela or Black Leopards of Mofuni Labare na Kibizili Bona, Kiaba Harasanya, Kibablela or Ban release, my well, they're telling me that I still have a contract with them. But I was there, I was the one that signed that contract, I was the one that has a copy, but because of Vienna, I think, or maybe because of Black Leopards, it was a small team, or in some of a child batang, then he negotiated my contract through the phone.
And then you now move, you play at Celtic.
Yeah.
How Vita Siwe was a team of hype. I can tell you that much from from outside, from me becoming a journalist, and so Spanaga Haru Shebella close by. Obona Majita attention by Tolan Lebo Usi scared because why kiada? Hey, our efforts are off the field, Duman or Neleta Kamuna Fe.
Yo, yeah, ne. Yo, no, I give it a more Bloemfontein Monana. But I give to Bamakana from my side, I was happy, and this is where I enjoy my career. I remember Telkom knockout, Le Free State Stars. Then with the gentleman, we came to Cubana, and then Arifitarele Mautirifitler Dusumo Cubana Mole, and then Ray Inuela and all those stuff. Then I remember Mo Cubana Molo, there was a lady, a journalist, then this lady only to find out who upset at Mdudusi Nyanda. Then Aredusi Mole, Lemauti Mole, and then there was a scandal, Sahore. Now at Cubana, I was spending money for everyone. I was buying booze for everyone. Then there was this guy from Kaizer Chiefs, Brent Lola. And then Brent, she has one of the fittest lady at Cubana. Then the lady abare mo khona mo newspaper. Oh, wow, Itumeleng Duiker. As far as more Cubana, then he went to the thoughts. Havita mo thoughts mo kakreya Miss Queen BG. And then it was a front page. I remember it was a front page, more weekly paper. Even when my coaches, when I arrived at Bloemfontein Celtic's offices, Banabar once had that newspaper, but because of now they know that kamo filting mosebetsi ke neko etsa bana ba se bana tabale meroko wa off the field. But off the field, yes, I know that I enjoy it in Bloemfontein.
Hana re tshelela tsa strateng, hana re tshelela tsa strateng. Right. But you are at Celtic career ho ba jwang when you are at Celtic?
Look, for now, it was one of the best moments that I've ever had because of this is where I started my career. From the development. Then it was always my wish. And also I remember when I left Bloemfontein Celtic from development to African Warriors, the owner Jimmy himself, Leonel Lachar, he would love to have me or Diatlatsa Heidi Boots for now at any time. So when that opportunity in Ehlaya, it was my time to come back, to give back to the Bloemfontein Celtic supporters because of Bobota, Bovoyo. I used to Kibina Lebona, we used to have fun with them.
And then playing at Celtic from there, where to?
Yeah, I think after Bloemfontein Celtics, that's when my career ended. I know a lot of people, they don't know what happened, Kahanna. But yona nteki buang ya hore sometimes rena lo kopana le batho mo maphelong a rona. The very same gentleman e kile ka mo kopa hore I kene mo dealing ya ka le Bloemfontein Celtics. I think I've signed a 1-year contract with Muki Paiva. And then after my career with Bloemfontein Celtics, then wafika Merendop, NS Merendop again.
You were with him at Golden Arrows. Now
I was with him at Golden Arrows. He used to say I did not want to play for him. Attitude and all this figure the injury. And then I was the one that who recommended him at Bloemfontein Celtics management because of I know that he's a good coach. Then Narifitla Monana, I think it was Makufi Hafitla Monana. Then I remember I took another dressing room after game Chiefs and Makufi because we won the game. Then he was like to me, Itu, you're still the same. Then I was so happy thinking, right, I should do Mona Kitova Pala Monana. And then just after first game, I fell with Swallows, with Morocco Swallows. After that game, then he came to the management to Mpixo meeting. Pampela Bare coach Merendop, he doesn't want to work with me. Original attitude.
So how are you still the same? He meant you're still the same player from Golden Arrows.
No. Just looking at my performance, he was impressed with my performance. So Lena was so happy, excited, and saying, "Hey, I'll shoot you." And unfortunately, then I think we met at Vision Active at Northridge Mall, Kamos team room. Then that's when I started to explain to him my story. Or look, coach, if you remember, I got kicked by Sianda Zwani at training. And accident unfortunately, that accident the physio, doctor team, recommend for scan. Coach machine only to find out this is a healing crack. And I can go, and unfortunately, Bloemfontein Celtics, they did not want to terminate my contract. And then Polokwane City, they were interested in me because they were coached by the former coach who was coaching with Nela assistant at Lassen, Coach Bobby Solomon. I remember I was at church on Sunday, then I got a call for Polokwane, chairman of Polokwane City. I remember they were having a friend game. Then we drove with my friend to Polokwane. Then I remember na Rutsipula chairman. Then Negitimo benching. Then chairman oblela Sambodur ablela coach hey, kitetse motako na kitetse Duiker moto shebela Duiker. Then the coach and Kenya, I think 20 minutes it was enough. Then the owner was like, I want to bring this man on board. Unfortunately, this thing the agent sometimes if it's an idea with what we have signed with the agents and all that, then agent Taka what I've never asked at Polokwane City. Then I received a call from Coach Bobby Amplela. This guy, he's asking something that is not possible.
What was that thing?
Nna nka se kgone o na batla tšhelete e ngata o kila bona e le gore nna le ena a ke a dumelana le yona ka yona
Ne le dumelane ka bokae and then ka batla bokae?
It's like now what I was asking at least because of ne se ke na le nako ke dutse ke sa bapale. Then I was asking the team, or look, if the team can give me 300,000 signing on fee, if the team can give me 60 per month o kila bona, so it means yana batla more than that. And then it was not something about like disclosure more now batlang, but baba encourage or ke sign le bona without his permission. Then I'll always receive the call or tlankenya di Simons, or tlankenya di Simons. If I sign with anyone, or tlankenya di Simons, then ankisa ko Vasco da Gama. No. I think from Vasco, before I went to Vasco da Gama, then I saw my friend got a job from Chippa United. Joel Masuta, who was coaching at Black Leopards with Costa Papik at Chippa United. Then I called them. Then they were like, come to us. Then the very same agent, then he went to interfere my affairs with Chippa United. Then Diliaka still, ya failure at Chippa United. Then Anga Nkisa Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, ke bitso wale ke batwa, ke phone la ke coach Tentela Senampelore. Tony Dinobreka, he's looking for you. Then I went there. Then still the very same agent, he's busy with the affairs in Zago, but the team go first division, a lot of money. Then I end up not having a club. That's how my career end up.
Career ka fela
jwalo.
Do you still talk with the same agent?
No, we don't talk anymore.
Is it the same agent that you spoke about earlier?
Yes, Muki Paiva, yeah.
Oh, that was Muki Paiva?
Muki Paiva, yeah.
Hey man, the person that helped you when the first...
No, the person that will help me in my career, it was Brajes, just men Motlakwan.
Yes, I'm saying Brajes, I at some point, Muki Paiva came into the party.
Agent, feeling, it's like he feel Dijon because of Mole was just negotiating, and also he's gonna get agent fee from Bloemfontein Celtic. High.
So you continued with him?
Then I continued with him, yes.
And then Leana
one tenela beggar, Ketokinya Simons if you sign up with any club.
And then you retire. What happens then?
Then I stopped playing. But when I stopped playing, the good thing about me is I'm from Free State. Ketseba Tsotlego, Ketseba Strike. And then I know how difficult it is to becoming a professional football player. Then it was still my vision also to say that I remember it was 2016. 2016, I had a foundation, which is Itumeleng Duiker Fitness and Football Foundation, where I have programs, where I have school projects and all that. That's where I'm focusing even until today. I'm also scouting players, managing players. I have likes of Botepo Mudise, Hungry Lions. I did help also my former teammate Wandisi Lewana. Wandisi Lewana also Lena Banaba Misaka Mabizo were career fedile, but I did help him. Kamanga Kamisama Hungry Lions. Then they give us a season for Yena. Then from there Kamotosa Kamisa Magesi. Then Nibila Nwana retail Bamente assistant coach mo MDC Magesi. So for now, I'm focusing on scouting. I'm focusing on my football foundation, which is academy.
Just to think about everything that happened, particularly with the agents. If you had an idea, because I think most of the time, particularly the players like you never got a chance to hear the stories where you are told agents can ruin your career. What could you have done different now that you look back?
That's why I find it so easy for now to tap in that area because of football, and I understand what is happening in football. That's why these days I feel sorry for kids who are from unprivileged families because of this thing of money. I think for now in football kiona e dominating. So wariaka kore banabas nang bipitlo bo hona mahabo bona. It becoming very difficult for bona go ipona ba create opportunities or ba pale in a professional level. Okila bona. So now for me to tap in this, kile ka bona ntate modimo mphile senotlolo just to come and open the doors for this youth, these young ones that wants to see them playing professional because of football. A lot of guys that I've played with, example, likes of Vosmus Villagas. He was my roommate at Golden Arrows. He's a coach at Amazulu. So for now, in terms of network,
have you ever thought about being a coach, or it's something that is not in your plans?
No, I don't want to be a coach.
Why is that? Briefly, Jay, we've got like 3 minutes left. Why is that?
I don't want to be a coach, but with my experience that I do have under 18, under 17, under 19 boys that I always join their coaches. Also, sometimes I train with them, playing with them, but also where I have to help them in terms of my experience, I do help them with my experience. Ke bona ele tsela e nna le re nkantsha boiphitlhelo ba ka ka bona ka boiphitlhelo ba ka ho ka yona this project, not to coach. I don't want to coach because I've seen so many coaches have stress.
You're avoiding stress.
I avoid stress because of negele player rabolo.
Yeah.
I understand the way real hlopanga thing. So yeah.
But Goodman, thank you so much for having this conversation with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We thank you for the years that you've played. You've entertained us. We watched you on TV. You inspired us. You know, these are things that people usually never talk about, that some of us as youngins, we looked up to you guys and we thought one day though we didn't get there, we are behind the mic, you know, having this kind of chats with you. Yeah. But you were definitely an inspiration, and thank you for having this conversation.
No, my brother Linda.
Listen here, that was Mpixo Duiker, even though he was afraid to tell us, or off the field. But it's fine.
I know.
But you know, I'll never drop the mic without saying this. To whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is expected, much is required. Every champion that is a champion today was once a contender, refused to give up. I'm Mpixo P, the greatest. This is game time. God willing, I'll see you next time. Yo, bird.